Good morning, everybody. This is Sam Cofer, realtor with Exit Right Realty, and I'm here with my friend, Mr. Juan Carlos Arroyo himself, the one and only. I'm here with look, we're going to get into some things today that has not been done before on this series. We're going to talk about the power of a positive mind and staying positive amid these crazy times that we're in. I'm talking about, look. First, let's get started with this. JC, welcome. Thank you for coming, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you having me. It's going to be a really nice conversation. I really do believe so.
Yeah, me too.
Much needed information for a lot of people out there right now.
Absolutely.
That find themselves struggling with issues or dealing with the stuff that's going on with the COVID, with all the rest, with everything that's just pounding our minds, creating noise.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you a bit about myself. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Fairway Independent Mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing loans for over 10 years. I love the business. I got into this because it's a business that helps people. It's a feel-good business.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stress involved and a lot of work involved. And, there's a lot of times that you find yourself struggling and you have high points and low points, just the way the market does. But I found that it's really all about how you perceive what's in front of you and how you can go forward with things. It's all up to you.
It's true.
I look forward to this conversation.
Yeah, man. Me too. So look, we've been dealing with COVID for about, I guess, almost 6 months now, right? Close to it.
Yep.
And, obviously when we first started dealing with it, we didn't know what was happening. There were so many things that, we were hearing in the news and about this new virus that we've never seen before, you know what I mean, and it started taking people down and infecting people, and and people start losing hope, man. They start negativity starts breeding, and it's just we want to try to uplift people, man. You know what I mean? We're all in this together. But let's speak on that a little bit. Let's speak on how did you feel when this COVID thing started, man?
Look, I think that you just touched on something, losing hope. Fear erodes hope.
Yeah.
It takes it away from you.
Yeah.
You don't know. The uncertainty puts you in a position where, we have our fight or flight instincts. We don't know. We're in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
And finding ourselves that our kids are exposed to things, our elderly were exposed.
Yeah.
Seeing the numbers that were going up, to me, it was scary to see that. And when I first initially heard of what was going on, I thought to myself, this is going to get bad.
Yeah.
Get very bad. And it's not for any reason whatsoever, except for the fact that these viruses, they don't care about anything. They just move around and do what they do.
Yeah.
It's us to figure out what we're going to do in order to try to, move forward with the new normal, or however you want to call it.
Yeah.
I just think it's not a new normal. It's just us adapting,
yes.
finding ways. And that's what we need to do, is to figure out ways that we can continue to live our lives.
Yeah.
And enjoy our families.
Yeah.
And, not be stressed out as much as we are right now, because I feel that, we're really stressed out as a country, and it's a tough situation that we're in.
Yeah.
I pray that, people just try to find positivity in things,
Yeah. It's funny you say that, because when I first started, when this COVID thing happened, and I really didn't think about it too much. I'm a man of faith, right? And my wife, she's a nurse. And when we first started hearing about this stuff and the effects of this COVID, on various people, and eventually the cities and states and everything, everybody shut down. But my wife she still had to continue to go to work and everything. It was difficult, man, because she's on the front lines dealing with these COVID patients, and I'm like, man, what happens if she catches it? You know what I mean? What are we going to do? We already, how long is this going to take, or how long is this going to, be amongst us? You know what I mean? But
Right.
eventually, you come to a mindset, she's going out to work, coming back home, not having any symptoms or anything. And I'm thankful to the good Lord that, he protects her. But, there's so many other people out here that have not been protected. They've been affected negatively. They've lost loved ones. You know what I mean? Some people have it, they're dealing with the side effects of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be something that can drive you to a dark place, man.
Fear alone of itself. I mean, I look at my parents who are afraid, they see these things. I worry about them,
Yeah,
they're at an older age. They're what you would consider, higher risk.
yeah,
And, it's tough to think that, you don't want to be that person that will walk in and maybe get them sick.
yeah,
Then
exactly.
what you carry with yourself later on, it's a tough deal.
Yeah. I had that same concern with my grandparents. My grandparents well up in age, man. And,
Mm-hmm.
For a period of time, you couldn't go visit them. You couldn't even, because you're like, well, you don't want, they got this asymptomatic thing. I feel good, but that doesn't mean I don't have it, and I
Right.
can't, spread it to them, and they're at risk. They're up in age. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's difficult, man. But the beautiful thing about it is, man, when you can develop a positive mindset and start looking at things in a different angle, from a different, from a different light, man. You have to consciously do that. You know what I mean? You have to actually make yourself not think negative and think, okay, let me change things and start thinking about the positive side. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
still here. You know what I mean? My family is still safe. And that's that's the beautiful thing about the positive mindset, because it can drive you to to all kinds of beautiful things. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, think about this. I mean, having a positive mindset brings you into a positive energy. The people around you enjoy being around you.
That's true.
Problems ahead of you, what you do, and if you see them in a positive light, I'll say, okay, there's a problem here. I got an
Yeah,
issue. Something
yeah.
just came up. Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the face.
That's
Right?
right, man. That's right.
And the thing is, what do you do when you get hit in the face with a
That's
problem?
right. Yep.
You can go negative, and you can
Yeah.
down. You can say to yourself and wallow in your sorrow and say, hey, man,
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of this. This is tough. It sucks,
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it can be, the loss of a loved one, a divorce, losing your job
Yeah.
nowadays, all
Yeah.
these things that are impacting us, the fact that people are feeling lonely nowadays,
Yeah. Yeah.
with this COVID,
Yeah.
in lockdown. It's about how you change that negative mentality and bring it forward and try to find the positive ways,
Yeah.
sit back, objectively step away from that issue,
Mm-hmm.
and see what it is. Find the
Yeah.
flaws you had. Because,
Yeah.
if something bad happens, usually there's precursors that lead up to it, right?
Yeah.
A bad decision here, another bad decision there.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, if you can sit back and look at yourself and understand and say, hey, man, this is where I messed up. This is what I
Yeah.
could have done better.
Yeah.
David Goggins, I don't know, did you ever get that book, Can't Hurt Me?
Oh, no. That's on my list, though. That's on my list.
Excellent book. He talks about an accountability mirror,
Mm-hmm.
where it mentions basically you stand in front of the mirror and you look at yourself and you talk to yourself and you rip yourself a new one. Basically, you
Yeah.
let yourself know, hey, this is where you're messing up. This is where you're
Mm-hmm.
at, and you get to the nitty gritty. You go. He calls it going to the dark place where you got to find out what it is that is wrong.
Yeah.
What's inside of you, right?
Yeah.
To build it, to
Yeah.
tackle it. It's very motivational in a lot of senses.
It's funny that you say that, because it almost feels like us wanting to be not necessarily that hard on ourselves. That's human nature. We don't really want to deal with the realness.
No,
You know
it's
what I mean?
ugly.
We don't want to deal with the negative, the things that we have flaws. We don't want to deal with that. We want everything to be nice and comfortable, and you know what I mean?
Right.
But at the same time, when you really think about it, that's not really going to help us grow.
No. What is it? They say it's it's not how you, what was it? It's not how you act when you're on autopilot and everything's going well. Right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's not that doesn't define you.
Yep.
What defines how you act when you're on top, the very top.
Yeah.
How you act when you're on the very, very bottom.
Yeah.
Those are the things that haven't actually defined who you are.
Yep. Yep.
When you
that's true.
With those issues,
that's true.
Can you get yourself good?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, you know,
good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, one of my favorite movies, and obviously this is a fictional character, you know, but Rocky, man. You know, you think about, you know, he
yes.
I mean, seriously, man. I'm hearing the music right now, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is he did something, you know, it's not how hard you get hit, right? Is how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, right? I think he said it's
getting rocked around, and he kept getting back up.
Yes.
He had nothing.
Yes.
Apollo Creed looked at him and said, "This is not a man."
Exactly. 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 And isn't that funny how life can beat you down, right? You know, you I mean, it can break you down. And right. As long as you're willing to continue to get back up, man. You know what I mean? I mean, and I'll tell you this, let's look at our business, you know, the industry that we're in. We deal with a lot of negativity, man. We deal with a lot of rejection. You know what I'm saying? I know for me, I deal with a lot of people telling me no, right? But I have to actually shift my mind to say, okay, well, I thank you for that no, because you are actually getting me closer to my yes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Or I thank you for rejecting me, because the truth about it is you and I might not have been a good match as far as working together. Right. You see what I'm saying? But you have to actually switch your mind from taking it personal to using it as fuel to thrust and drive you to the success that you're trying to get.
Exactly. Find a motivation in failure.
Yeah,
Pick
man.
yourself up. It didn't work out, but hey, at least I tried. I got up and I moved forward.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's where you learn the best out of. You know, you don't learn when everything's going great.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
That's one of those. Like, I mean, even in prayer, I'm a spiritual man as well. And one of the things that I've noticed, and I think a lot of people do this as well, and I tend to pray more when things are down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When it get tough, when I have problems, have issues, when they come up, and you know, you really have things.
No worries, man. No worries. No worries.
Give me 1 second.